Today is Friday. I hope you slept well. I hope you're feeling well today. Um, yeah, these past 3 days have been really hard workouts, even for me. So today we're just gonna do some stretches. I've been outside for about an hour already. I got my feet on the ground, my bare feet on the ground. I'm underneath the sun. Um, Last night I did a little stretches before I went to bed, but I'm still so sore, all tight, all through here. My abs are still sore. So we're gonna take it easy today. Um, I'm not a yoga person, but I'm gonna do some stretching. I do have a little yoga mat right here. You can see my cat's chilling on it. But for the time being, what I'm gonna do is just stretch out, and then I want to have a little talk and just explain some things. And then it was recommended to me yesterday to do some wall sits. See how long I can do some wall sits. So after we're done stretched out, I'll do some wall sits. Except I'm gonna do some tree sits. I'm gonna do it on this tree. But yeah, so right now, let's get on this little yoga mat. So, I want to explain something. Oh, shit. Okay, so I'm going to start with my rotator cuff. Same thing as I always do in the morning. So, you're interlocking your elbow and your arm, and you pull. Not pull, just you're getting that good stretch. You're stretching out this rotator cuff because if you've been keeping up with these workouts, you should be really sore right now. You should stay hydrated, drink plenty of water when you're exercising, and stretch a lot before and after. Uh, I want to talk about, so like this morning, what did I do? I wasn't in a good mood. I'm not in a bad mood. It's just make myself a little bit happier. I heard, um, so it was, believe it or not, it was a McDonald's commercial. Okay, so props to McDonald's for this. It blew my mind when I heard this. It said, even if you fake a smile for just 10 seconds, it will make you happy. And I started thinking about when our cheeks, these muscle responses, they probably directly connect to something in the brain that tells us, hey, you're happy. So you can fake a smile for just 10 seconds and be happy. So what do? I'll do my breathing exercises. I breathe in through my nose try to do a 4 count. Inhale for four. 1, 2, 3, 4. Pause for 4 seconds or as long as you can. And then exhale through your mouth for 4 seconds. And what I like to do while I'm doing these breathing exercises, I smile at the sun because the sun is the source of energy and the sun gives us natural serotonin. So if I'm smiling while I'm grounded, looking at the sun and doing my breathing exercises, I think that's like a grand slam. You know what I mean? That's like 4 in 1 right there. So that's the things I'm trying to concentrate on because my personal issues and my emotional issues are my problem. You know what I mean? Like, I don't know. I just don't think that it's good for me to project any of my issues on anyone else, any of my feelings on anyone else. You know what I mean? I used to do that a lot. I'd be pissed off, be in a bad mood. I'm making crazy videos, talking all kinds of smack about what's wrong with this world instead of just maybe being gratitude, showing some gratitude, being grateful and appreciating what I have in this world and, letting God take care of the big things, because they say don't stress about the small things because it's all small things, you know what I mean? So in my mind, sometimes I just like, no, I have to worry about this, but no, that's just my self-talk. That's just my insecurities in my mind. And like I said, when you exercise and you eat proper food, proper nutrition, it's not filled with the drugs. Okay, here we go. So I'm gonna sit down and stretch with you guys. Right now I'm doing let's see. I got my right leg out. Just right here. Okay. So, uh, so yeah, this is what I was thinking about. We're all programmed and we all have lived in this society. So like a lot of the food is processed, a lot of instant reactions. We live in a world that's built on convenience, faster, stronger, quicker. You know what I mean? The less work you have to do and the easier it is to acquire, the more it sells. That's the propaganda machine we have in this country. Like, I don't know. So long story short, what I want to if we so the foods that we eat, if they are processed foods, then it's really just a chemical reaction from the drugs that we're ingesting, and we get a dopamine response. And dopamine is like a pleasure sensor. It's not happiness. See, in America, they sell pleasure as happiness, when pleasure is a self response. You know, it only pleases the self. It's a selfish response. So, and then happiness is when you can include in community. It's an outspreading of it's a different reaction. It's a joy, the real happiness. So that's a serotonin response when your brain is being happy naturally with your family, eating food, listening to proper music that isn't, you know, adjusted with the frequencies that they use. There's probably a lot. There's a whole bunch of information in one little stretch, morning stretch. But the dopamine response, what it does is it makes you require more and crave more. So like when you eat, I don't know, your favorite candy, you're gonna crave it again. Or like if you eat processed foods, a lot of processed foods, you know, a lot of fast food joints, you'll eat it, hour and a half, you're hungry already, but your stomach feels weird, but you're hungry because it's that drug craving that your body's like, yeah, let me get some more of that. Let me get some more of that. So as your dopamine rises, your serotonin naturally depletes because your brain thinks, oh, all right, well, we don't need to be happy. We can just run on pleasure. And that's the thing. So tying this all together, the difference between happiness and pleasure. And for me, the what separates it is idolatry, because when you idolize yourself, yes, we are supposed to give ourselves the greatest talk, but me, I start my day every morning thanking God, like, thank you so much. I am alive today. Like, because I could be dead 100 times already. Probably more than that, honestly. But I start my day thankful, and like, I like silence in the morning. I like to be outside. I like to hear Mother Nature. I don't want to consume any more pollution. So, like, with my eyes, I'm consuming the things that I look at. With my ears, what I'm listening to. The It's all consumption, you know. So, when I'm consuming things that aren't good for me, and I require more, and I'm proud of it, that's idolatry. So, when you're idolizing instead of, I don't know what the opposite of idolizing is. Showing reverence to God, you know, instead of idolizing yourself. Because yes, we are created in the image of the Most High. Sorry, it's an airplane. We are created in the image of the Most High, Lord, my Lord Jesus Christ, my Father. And if we're created in that image, then we should try to walk in that image. You know what I mean? It's like they say the greatest form of flattery is imitation. And I also heard like the second most sold book next to the Bible is The Imitation of Christ. And it's a little book, and it teaches you morning prayers, morning devotions, and it'll explain little situations that Jesus was in and how he went through it. And it teaches you. So yeah, I'm not even stretching. I think I'm stretching my mind today. So we're gonna stretch. This is a mind stretch today. I'm still sitting on the ground. I don't know. I want to do some exercises, but I don't want to hurt myself because I forgot I'm 35 years old, or how am I? 34 years old, and I'm not a teenager anymore. So it does take a little bit longer for me to heal. But yeah, I'm so sore. Okay, so as you can see, I have a vivid imagination and what some would call whatever, AD something. But okay, so yes, here we go. The idolization, so we got to stop that. We can give, so like in the Bible, the Ten Commandments, you know, there's one God, there's no other God before me. Don't idolize any other gods. Honor your mother and your father. Do not covet thy neighbor. Do not covet thy neighbor's wife. Do not commit adultery. All these things, these are laws created by God. So like my favorite, I'm gonna admit it. I'm not well versed in the Bible. I barely read the Bible in my life. I'm Catholic, so what they do, they read us a few, they'll read us a portion of the Bible, and then we gospel on that. Our homily is on that. So I never actually read the whole Bible all the way through, but when I do read the Bible, I always ask Father, Heavenly Father, send the Holy Spirit to guide me while I read this book, to give me understanding when I read this book, and to help me through my day to carry this message after I'm done reading it. And then I thank God for, I thank Holy Spirit for the wisdom, the knowledge, the discernment. Okay, so this is what I was thinking about also. So now we know happiness. We know that the sun makes us happy. We can just smile. Like, here, let me show you what I was doing this morning. Literally smiling at the sun and then go, ah. And you let out that stress when you do it like that. Ah. You don't have to be so dramatic and sound crazy like me, but you do that. Ah, get it out, you know? And so, okay. Mental illnesses. So, I'm going to use my words carefully. I think a long time ago, it was common sense that everyone had more than five senses. You had abilities that were given to you through the spirit, spiritual gifts. And then shortly after, let's call it after World War II, after that whole thing started and they created the medical industry, I think that's when, even way before then, but when it got big and they started making drugs to tell people that they're sick instead of acknowledging their spiritual gift. So, like, to me, I don't know what gifts I have, but I know I have the gift. You know what I mean? Like, I know something's supposed to happen. I'll check my phone and there's the message. Like, I was thinking about you, or something says, just go drive. And then I go and then I get to where I'm supposed to be. And then that happens there, the situation that was required for me to be there at that time. So it's spiritual gifts. Um, Being able to discern, being able to heal, all these gifts that we have. And the medical industry is literally robbing us. They require us to see them. They require. Well, guess what? My God doesn't require any of that. So I'm just saying what the medical industry, they require all these things from us, and then they label us a certain way to keep us, like they're gatekeepers. Like, this is what you are. I'm a doctor. You have to listen to me. If you want help, you come to me, and this is what we'll do for you. Okay? And it's like, wait a minute, right here? Like, what? Look how the rest of the world, and you want to give me this? I'm not interested. Um, so, like, embracing your spiritual gifts. Don't think of your mental issues. Yes, obviously, if you're having deranged thoughts and stuff like that, please talk to someone. It's like me. I don't talk to very many people. I talk to this camera every day. You know what I mean? So, just even letting out that energy, telling someone what I'm not feeling good today. I'm upset. I'm angry. I keep getting in the same loops. I feel like I can't. You know why? Like I hear from another another inspiration in my life. We write that same sad story for ourselves. Like, we're just continuously writing our sad story instead of, like, crumbling up the piece of paper. Thank you. Open up the new chapter, and now you write the story of your life, where you want to be, where you're headed, what you perceive, what you know, what you're gonna do. Um, I don't know. Life is too short for anger, anxiety, depression. And I understand childhood traumas. I understand any kind of situation that will. So, depression, reminiscing, reliving the past, all these things that happened in the past. That's depression. Reliving it, not being. I'm depressed. Okay, and then anxiety, worrying about something in the future. So you got depression is in the past, anxiety is in the future, and what I learned when I was in treatment is maintaining the the present moment, not worrying about the future, not letting go of the past, and being okay with it. That's the key requirements for happiness. Like, this smile is pretty artificial, but the thoughts in my head are right there. I've been directly connected to Father, to the Source, to my God, and it woke me up. Like, I don't, you know, like, I don't worry about myself. It's weird. That's the problem. Like, I worry about other things and I allow it to affect me. So, what I'm gonna do I'm gonna come on here and I'm gonna have at least something to inspire you every day. I know we're working hard, we're getting our muscles back in shape, we're gonna start looking good. You look good, you feel good, it's a combination. So we gotta get these exercises in. Yeah, I'm sore today. I'm sitting on the ground. I'm grounding right now. I got my butt on the ground, not on the mat. Um, yeah, I had a lot on my mind, and it's like I don't have many people to explain this to, and then when I do, it's like no one wants to listen. Then it's just like you start talking and you get interrupted, or you're crazy, or they don't even listen to you while you're talking, and then they like change the subject when it's their turn to talk. It's just like whatever. I'm not saying everyone's like that. I'm not saying like I just most of the time when I speak to the average person I meet, they're just I don't think they want to hear any of this. So I need to learn how to just use my energy and my presence as a light, as a beacon for God. So like when they see me, they just like know like he's he's a little special, but he's got that joy in him. He's got real happiness. He's connected. So maybe he's doing something that I should consider. Um, I'm not saying I'm doing anything right or wrong. I'm probably doing a lot of things wrong in many people's eyes, but they don't affect me. What affects me is my immediate environment, the people I live with, my friends and family, um, and then I try to worry about the big things too. I'm military, and I see our country as you got like these people that are just like telling us what our country is, telling us what we can do. And it's like, goodbye. This is my country. You guys don't get to tell us what happens in our country. So there's just a little food for thought. Very super random video, talking to myself. No one's listening. Hopefully, when you catch this replay, you can maybe hear something that was meant for you. Okay, I'm gonna do some tree sits, wall sits. We'll see how long I can do them. Oh, hold on, let me stretch out this back real quick. Oh. Okay, I got another one. So, I want to thank my prayer warrior girl. She's one of my original subscribers. She always leaves comments, and I was listening to her. She was like, the Holy Spirit was speaking through her. She said, "It's not me. Go live." I wasn't able to communicate with people. She says something on the lines of "Go live, go live," and then like I heard it, and it was like "Go live." So I know that we're having a little trouble finding my lives and stuff, but I think it was thank you, prayer warrior girl. I love you and God bless you. Much love. Because we have I also hear things like this prayer is not going to change anything. It requires action and this and that. Action's always going to happen there, regardless if it's good or bad. But if with you come in with intentions built in prayer, built in a foundation of prayer, built in a in a community of men and women who pray for you, and then you do your action, I think your actions will be tenfold. I think your actions will be righteous in the name of God, and you will be able. You can create the next snowball effect in positivity and change. So to me, prayer is number one. That's the source. Like how do you all right, for those of you who don't believe in God, so you just which if you don't believe in God and you just believe in yourself, then you're slowly draining yourself. You have to recharge. You can't just ground and do that. You have to give reverence to God. You are created in the image of God, the source. And if you don't pray, then you're not charging properly. Do you understand? Like the solar panel needs the sun, right? So it's the same thing. I don't want to offend you. I think we're cool. We can talk. We could communicate these things. You know what I mean? I think there's just different ideas that have been placed in people's minds as what should be. No, we're still trying. I don't like being stressed. I don't like being pissed off. I don't like being told what to do, especially from someone that I've never met. And then, you know, so let's do these wall sits. I don't know how long I can wall sit for. I don't know. I'm gonna talk to you while I'm wall sitting. do them like this. Don't put your hands on your knees. Alright. These are already hard. I'm about to fall. See if we can get 2 minutes. I'm probably at like 25 seconds right now. Talking about 2 minutes. Yeah. I've really experienced knees, I would call. Whew. Yeah. 2 minutes, yeah, right. I don't know how long that was. That was one small sip. I'm supposed to be doing a leg exercise today, but no excuses, right? I'm gonna lay on my back and do some bicycles. I need to stretch out my legs. My knees are getting better and they hurt every day. They've been hurting since I was 19 when I had my surgery, so I'm kind of used to it, but it's slowly, it's driving me crazy. So I gotta stay in this right frequency with the light, the sun, the natural medicine. Oh yeah, I was talking about kratom, mushrooms, and cannabis. So like, with those people who have mental issues, especially myself, I was just like, the end, not seeing anything good. This is all bad. This is all. I microdosed for about a month, and it changed everything slowly every day. Like, I just started smiling and laughing for no reason. You know what I mean? It's like I would hear people arguing and their problems, and it's like, yes, I'm very empathetic. I can feel you, but it's like I kind of laughed it off sometimes. Like when people are trying to project their problems on you, not a real problem. Like, oh, you need help? I'll help you anytime. But you got to instigate sometimes, trying to project something on you. And I was able to just smile and laugh it off, like, okay, he's got something going on, and maybe he needs some kind of attention. This is what I believe, natural medicine from God. That's why they're so afraid of it, because they wanna give you one little ingredient and then give you a whole bunch of other things that cause side effects, right? So I'm not condoning doing drugs and getting high and stuff like that. Honestly, I don't like getting high anymore. Like, I like to get medicated. I use my medication. I'm actually what's it called? I have my cannabis card in Ohio, medicinal cannabis card. But eventually, like, who? Why can I grow tomatoes, cherries, strawberries, bananas? I can grow whatever I want. But if I want to grow some real food, some cannabis, they're gonna have a problem with that. I don't agree with it. So, like I was saying before, the Federal Farm Bill and the Right to Try Act, these were passed by President Trump. I know a lot of people are, iffy about him. I say his name is going to trigger somebody. To me, he started the reawakening. You know what I mean? He put, because look, for all these years, we were just talking about our presidents, talking about conspiracies, talking about all these things. And then President Trump came in, he exposed everything, and he did everything he said he was going to do. So I don't know what he's doing now. I don't know what's going to happen if he's coming back. I don't know. I think maybe it's just a way to keep people anticipating for something. President Trump might not come back, but constitutional people who represent the people, who are for the people, who understand the Constitution and what it was made for the natural rights that God gave us, and protecting that, the role that they take to be a leader in the political system, in our law, in our government. That's what it was meant to be, not to be sold out, turned into a corporation, and enslave us with documentations and telling us that we're a dead entity on a piece of paper. Here's a bond created in your name. If all that's, you know what I mean? No, that's not the way life's supposed to be. If that's the way it is, I want to cash in on my bond. I want to cash in on my trust. Give me my money. All these corporations created in my name, the debt you created in my name, I'm going to cash in on it. So we're going to go back to common law, back to Constitution. The men and women who assume these roles, if they don't do it properly, you're fired. And if you do it treasonously and you're on the dimes of our backs, then you're gonna get dealt with. You know what I mean? That's treason is punishable by death. And people don't know the definition of treason because they've been manipulated by evil entities, okay? I'm sorry, see, I flipped the script real quick. But treason is violation of the Constitution, and the Constitution are our Bill of Rights, okay? God-given rights that men were ordained to protect, to write them down, and that, 200 something years ago we've been planning for this. So they knew, what was gonna happen. So, like I said, today's the 30th. Today's a good day. I don't see. I don't know what I don't see. I don't know what I'm about to say, but I just don't. We got all these people all these truth movements, patriots, this and that, and then now because no one knows the exact details of it, people are trying to separate and, oh, well, you were saying this and this is, but maybe it's all just still coming together, you know what I mean? And I believe that we live in a world with a very close God. He's watching us right now, you know what I mean? So he's not just, God is not evil, He allows things to happen. It's because, whatever, the fallen, whatever. I don't know the whole story. To me, something that fell from heaven and is evil is not an angel. So to me, I think they kind of just use stories to manipulate people. But if we follow the original teachings, we follow the laws ordained by God, and we assume our positions that God gives us instead of manipulating the position to profit, to hurt people, then life will be good, And it all starts with exercise and knowing about happiness and pleasure. Because if you seek pleasure all the time, that's when you get into these things, and then you end up, doing the things for them, so that way you can become whatever. And what are they doing? Selfishness, pleasure, pleasure, pleasure. That's all they do, and they're sick with it. Okay, so God bless you guys. I don't know how I got to this point. I don't know. Just a rambling man right now. So there's too much at stake. You know what I mean? There's too much. I think that what we could do, turn off your TVs, like I said. Prayer, more prayer. Ask to slow down, ask for reverence, ask for discernment, ask for guidance. Get grounded. All right? Oh man. This video, I just want to tell everyone I love you guys. I hope you have a blessed day. Love you, Mama. Love you, Tata. Love you, Papa. Love you, everyone. All my brothers and sisters. Life is good. I appreciate you guys. And like I said, today's the 30th, so life is just about to begin. So you guys all have a wonderful day. This was a mind stretch. This was a mental stretch. You guys have a wonderful day. God bless you. Awesome.